Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. Things have been busy. It's also that time of year, we got 3 more shopping days till Christmas kind of thing. But this is kind of a life-changing situation that just happened. Not just happened, but a decision that I made. The decision is I'm giving up. I'm giving up my AR-15. That was the first. That was the first rifle that I bought once I decided I was going to be an armed citizen. That was 10 years ago, and it was the standard, M16 looking style, and like almost everyone, it's the Barbie doll for men. And I spent a lot of money making it mine, right? So I changed the front grip and put, one that had a pick rail on all 4 sides and mounted a light on it and mounted an optic on it and changed the grip, right? Dropped in a really nice Geissele trigger, dropped it down to like 4 pounds. I mean, it was nice. I remember it was my only rifle, and I was shooting. I like to shoot precision. Precision for me was like 200 yards. That was it, because I couldn't find any other place. But it was fun, and I could practice. I changed the stock on it, so it would be an adjustable stock. Those kind of things. 16-inch barrel, very very mission capable. I'm an urban guy, and everything I do is for practical prepping, practical self-defense. And part of that practical is I live in an urban environment. And everything that I do takes into account the urban environment, not living out on some farm or on some homestead like a lot of folks do or have the ability to do. So about a few months ago, and I've been but observing all kinds of other types of rifles for self-defense. I also call it combat, because if you're going to defend the Constitution, you might have to do combat, right? You might have to get out there. So then Springfield came out with a bullpup. Now, I've been looking at bullpups. I thought they were kind of weird, actually, and not very attractive to me. And so I didn't pay much attention to them. Then when the war in Ukraine popped off, and now the wars in Israel versus Hamas and in Gaza, right? And that's going to expand, unfortunately, to other places. But it's clear that modern combat is going to be in the street, close quarters, in the street, urban warfare. That's where it's going to go down. And I thought, well, let me take a look. So I went and bought the Hellion from Springfield. And it turns out I love that gun. And I'll explain why. And that's why I'm giving up my AR-15 for the Springfield Hellion. Now, this is not a lightweight gun. I mean, it's pretty stout, but it's well balanced, so center of gravity makes it really nice. The pop-up sights that come with it are good. In this particular configuration, I can't use the pop-up sights because I put an optic on it, and it's the same optic that was on my AR, right? What's key is that this is still a 16-inch barrel. 5.56, 7.223, and I don't lose any of the 16-inch barrel ballistics, which was important, because that is still important in an urban environment. The other thing is that it's ambidextrous, right? Now, there are some things that are different on it, and that means that I had to learn a different manual of arms. You work this gun, you run this gun differently. So I had to do a lot of practice, especially since the magazine is behind the fire control. And that took a minute. I mean, not that it was difficult, but I had to change how I thought about changing mags, for example. Another good part was that I got this later in the manufacturing cycle from Springfield. And what was important is that the original version, the safety on it was kind of a pain in the butt to manipulate. And this one is really nice. It's also ambidextrous. But they modified this so that it was easier to get to from your firing hand, so you didn't have to do finger gymnastics to get to it, right? Another good thing is this ambidextrous charging handle up here. Just racks a slide. Other than that, it is a really, really good close quarter combat, urban environment rifle. And I didn't have to screw around and, get a pistol brace and all that funny business to get something that had a form factor that was shorter. Now, it's not a bag gun in that sense. You can't put it in like a standard, 32-liter backpack. But 511 Tactical does make a backpack for this gun, and it's very covert looking. They have two different types, and I got one for this. So I'm actually giving away my AR15 to a family member who doesn't have one. And this is now my new urban combat rifle. I've got 500 rounds to it now, no problems. Remember, it takes AR15 mags, so I don't have to worry about all the tons of mags that I have, right? Very nice, very nice. A bit, it costs more than an AR. It costs more than my original AR. But you do what you got to do. So I wanted to put that out there. Yes, I'm getting rid of my AR-15, but I'm replacing it with something that has more, for me, in an urban environment, practical use without having to go through, short barrel rifle, NFA silliness for that. If any of you have experience with bullpups or the Hellion, I'd like to hear your comments down below. Or if you don't like the idea, I'd like to hear those too. If you like the content of this channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get reminders. Have a happy holiday, all 27 holidays. I don't care which one you flavor, but enjoy the ones that you enjoy, right? And as always, whenever you can, however you can, whenever you can, carry on.